Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome if you're new and hello if you're already subscribed. This week I am doing a tutorial on how to make mulberry chow if you don't have a microwave. We don't have a microwave in the flat. One, my other half doesn't like them and doesn't trust them, and two, there just isn't enough room in our flat to warrant one. So we are going to have a go at doing mulberry chow on a hob for anyone else that doesn't have obviously a microwave. For those that you don't know, mulberry chow is a very specific diet for silkworms. I'm currently raising my own. I don't know whether you can see this guy up here. He is currently spinning in the hopes to turn into a moth. I've got all the ones, I got a good 10, 15 at the bottom here as well. They're all around the same age, so I'm expecting them all to spin soon and then transform into their moths. And what I'm hoping to do is breed them together to get myself more food. As silkworms are a good source of protein and other nutrients, as well as having anti-inflammatory properties, which I am using for my Billy Dragon Thorn, who has currently got a slip disc or back problems, and it's not something that we can fix. We're just managing the pain for her, so when she's having bad days, she is on her pain relief. I'm hoping that having a more natural diet with silkworms in their diet, with having the natural anti-inflammatory properties very similar to her medication just prescribed by the vets, we'll be able to manage it more naturally rather than filling her full of obviously medication and stuff. Doesn't mean that I won't be prescribing her medication. If I feel like that she needs it, she will still be getting the medication. So I have this bag. It's a very suspicious looking bag full of mulberry chow. So what we need to do is we actually need to cook it up, turn it into like a jelly, I suppose, the consistencies that we're looking for, and then that way it will be ready for either these silkworms if they require any more food, or the babies that I will hopefully be getting on the way. If I just have, even if it's just one male and female pair, they average around 250 eggs, so hopefully we can sort of slowly build up the culture so I've got a sustainable set of silkworms coming on the way rather than having to buy out each month for more. So let's get started. I am going to do this as a voiceover because my other half is currently recording too in the sitting room, and I need to obviously do this in the sitting room where my kitchen is. So what I'll be doing is filming the process and then doing a voiceover over the top. So let's get started. Actually, a bit of housekeeping before we get started. Don't forget to like my videos. It helps me get noticed by YouTube and pushes my videos out to other people. And don't forget to subscribe for more specialty pets, lizards, insects, invertebrates. I'm hoping to get some more guinea pig content out at some point, and I've been lacking on the guinea pig content. And obviously my 2 new lizards, which was last week's video. I'll link that up in above top. I realised, sorry, she had some bugs down there. I realised that last week's video didn't really show them off as much as the video, as much as I would like. So I will do another updated video now that we're 3 weeks into quarantine. Yeah, 3 weeks into quarantine, and show you how they're getting on and everything. So let's get started. Hello, so voiceover here. So as you can see in this part of the video, we are measuring out the mulberry chow powder. We're going up for about half a pound. It's a little bit over, I believe. Just the fact that it is the last of the bag and I didn't want any to go to waste. It just means we just need to add a little bit more water into the saucepan. So yeah, you can see it's 545. Yeah, 545. So next we need to add the water. It's about 3 cups worth of water, 700 and just over 700 mils. Obviously I am adding a little bit more water because we ended up adding more mulberry chow. This bit you see that I mix up, that is way more than 3 cups of water. If you see, we end up swapping all the pounds all over, and I work it out that it's a bit more than 3 cups. I actually need to get a jug that measures in cups and not just mils, and then that way, so you're swapping pans because I figured that there was too much water. I didn't want any spilling because this is the last of my mulberry chow. And then I'm figuring out that, and yeah, I've worked out how much the measurement is actually, and then put it into the bigger pot anyway to make sure we don't spill. Next step is boiling the water so that it's hot, because it needs to be hot for this process. You actually need to have it boiling the entire 5 minutes that we are mixing. So once it boils, Once it boils, we are adding our mulberry gel into the water. So I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes 30. Obviously 30 seconds gives me the time for me to tip it in and get it going. Once you've mixed it in, it should be about the mixture of a cake batter. The sort of stuff when you spoon it into the case is ready to be mixed. And you need to be mixing for the entire 5 minutes, otherwise you're going to end up scalding the mulberry gel to the bottom of the saucepan. This is a really hard process. My arms were killing me by the end of it. So if anyone wants an arm workout, I highly recommend making mulberry gel. So just keep mixing and mixing and mixing. Don't stop, otherwise you'll end up scalding the pan. I actually ended up adding a bit more water because it got too thick. And I did also end up scalding the bottom of my pan a little bit. So now it's currently in soak while I try and get the last of the mulberry gel off the bottom. Keep going, we're nearly there, it's nearly been 5 minutes. So as for a container, you need something that will hold heat. I'm using this from I can't remember the company, but I know it holds heat because you have to microwave the meals in it. And you're literally just going to transfer the mulberry gel straight into this container. I'm just giving it one last mix before we tip it in. So the entire lot needs to be put into this container. It should look like a jelly sort of cake battery thing. And then once it's transferred into the container, you just leave it to cool. Do not put it in your fridge while it's this hot because it will warm up your fridge. I would suggest covering up with cling film, or whether the lid's got holes in it or something, just to allow it to cool down to room temperature, and then you can put the rest of it away into the fridge and it will last you a couple of months. You can also freeze this. My last batch was frozen because I made it, and unfortunately the rest of my silkworms from the last culture had unfortunately died due to diseases and stuff that silkworms are susceptible to. So, and I think I made the mulberry gel wrong last time, so I think that may have upset their stomachs last time because I didn't cook it like I am here. But other than that, you can freeze it. Some people put them into little ice cube trays, and I'm just going to leave it there to cool down. With this video here, as you can see, that's the method that I used to cook mulberry gel. It has been pretty effective. I didn't lose too many that in the way of, say, that was a problem with the mulberry gel. Unfortunately, silkworms don't have an immune system, so they're very susceptible to diseases and things. So that is how you do the silkworm. I'm going to leave this video here. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!